Big protection with the ultimate and powerful in lane with Aphelios. The amount of range you can get when Aphelios has Calibrum and he's enchanted by the extra range that Melio can offer can turn Aphelios' laning into a really oppressive experience for the opponent.
It's also, you just get to get cheeky with it because you know you're not under much pressure on the opposite side, right? Zen and TK isn't going to go absolutely ham and try and like destroy you when they go for any of these plays. So you kind of get to go, right, I can play back, we can try and get control over this lane a little bit, and then open up the opportunity to try and play through this mid jungle and get the control that we want for Xiaohu in that mid lane.
Another interesting kind of synergy here is that Crisp and Weiwei both will have speed ups available to them. So they can both either use that on each other when Weiwei is going to gain their lane, or later stages, they can use it on Xiaohu to make it easier, even easier for this Nico to really get to the back line and get those perfect Nico ultimates. You know, so much mobility here available to the team.
We got some good playmaking power on both sides. You know that NRG is going to be hungry for revenge against Weibo after that first matchup. You know that Weibo wants to keep that momentum rolling and do the exact same thing to the last remaining team from North America that they did when they faced them back in the Swiss stage. I can't wait as we're about to hit the Rift, my friends.
It's going to be an absolute banger. I'm so excited for this series. I think it's one that's been on a lot of people's minds as we're starting to get into it. Just that this is... It's the non-rational gamers versus the consistently inconsistent. Like,
yeah.
You could not have asked for a more chaotic series between two teams at the World Championship, and I'm so excited to see how it's going to play out.
I think we can guarantee the fans will be entertained either way. Explosive gameplay on the horizon.
Up wants to be able to have an empowered spell here for this. Hits level 4. Cold and Meek already used here. Contracts coming around now with a harrowed path. Flash, stun, follow-up coming in from Contracts. The Shy trying to get back. He goes unstoppable. They wanted to save a little bit of extra damage. They don't quite have it. Contracts back underneath the tier 1 turret. It will be a 1-for-1 trade. First blood over to NRG. Answer from Weibo.
The Shy just about able to get enough damage down as Contracts goes underneath the tower. Now, he will have to TP back into the lane because the wave isn't in the best of spots, but it's still NRG getting something on the board.
Not well aware enough.
No.
Contracts does clear out the ward, but they don't know Xiaohu's line's here still.
Yeah, Xiaohu coming around from the side. Prop Blossom! He goes for the flash and he finds the engage. Now they're gonna finally take out Contracts as Xiaohu set the trap, but he gets the payoff. But can Weiwei get away? The level 5 Rel's still trying to escape, and he's reinforced in time. A shockwave coming out from Palafox, and Xiaohu's gonna be caught in the back half of the fight. Weiwei's still sticking around as Palafox gets the second kill of the game for NRG. FBI and Ignar still moving forward, but they're too far behind to find anything else. End of the day, it's an even trade, 1-for-1.
And Weibo do end up walking away with the red buff, but because the mid laner is the change for the jungler here, Palafox gets a shove out mid lane. It looks like it might turn into a dragon as well on top for Weibo.
Yeah, Weibo will be able to get the dragon, although NRG are in position. Weiwei's our contract, sorry, has even come back out. So Weiwei will be able to get it, but will they back away here? But he's now, with that push, he should be able to get the Rift Herald.
He did not catch that ward in the back though, so Weibo have the information, but it looks like they're gonna call the Shy back.
They have the information, but they don't have the numbers. Weiwei goes over the wall. He wants to try to contest it. Instead, it's going to be secured. And now Weiwei's stuck in the pit. He has to crash down over the wall to escape, but Dokla's ready to follow him. May have been a bit of an error here from the top side of NRG, but the dominance from Dokla's ready to keep the fight going. Palafox goes in, and Weiwei's trying to go out. Dokla's on pursuit. Palafox won't grab the kill just yet, but Palafox is finally going to get it now. Dokla over the wall. The Shy in the ground. NRG get 2.
The North American top side takes the Herald, they take the kills, and they can shove it right in afterwards. They're gonna push on top side. They could get a ton of turret plates there.
Ignar needs to be careful, going to be able to back away, but that was just disrespectful. Weiwei going in over the wall, hasn't got a flash, has a dream and a prayer to get back out, and NRG shut that down immediately.
Might be the most important one on the opponent team as Ignar wants to follow up on him, but Ignar doesn't have a flash either.
This top Kench could be in a whole lot of trouble. They're gonna burst him down. Big Stan only keeps him alive for an extra second. Xiaohu's into the back. They stun up Palafox. He tries to get some damage back, but it ain't gonna work. The Shy goes all out, and Palafox is his next target. FBI and Dokla's trying to get away, but it's a shutdown over to the Shy. Weibo just got 2, and Baron's on the menu.
Yeah, they're gonna go right over and try and bait in NRG. Contracts is still alive, but he has no ult and no flash. So he would have to walk around the front. Weibo.
This is the turning point. Weibo found their moment. NRG are going to need a big play to try to triumph here. Dokla's here on the front line, popping the dominance. Needs to try to stop these guys a little bit better. Contracts wanting to go in, but Baron's still at 3K. Dokla falling back. Stun from FBI, back on the Weiwei. Xiaohu is low, but Dokla's lower. Contracts still in a position here in the bot side of the river. Weibo will not get the Baron in 3v5. NRG, fight him off.
FBI needs to be careful though. As long as you can keep them pushed back, you can go for the Baron yourself. NRG, they're TPing in. They might have just found the Baron themselves.
They're gonna go for it. DPS check right now.
Let's see if they can burn it down in time. Weibo, they still have full health on light, but it's the Shy and Weiwei who don't have a lot to work with. NRG burning the Baron low. Weibo backs off. NRG are going to find themselves a Baron. Weiwei having to fully disengage as Dokla goes over the wall. The big purple worm goes to the North American squad. Well, Ignar's going to lead the way. Face checking into the brushes for NRG's side. They're going to continue marching forward here. Nico Stun's not going to hit anybody. DPS still on the Baron, but very slowly. 6,000 HP left on the objective. NRG still approaching. Dokla coming over now. The Shy looking to approach from behind. Weibo, we're going in for the engage. They want the collapse. Weiwei's going to find one target, but it's only Contracts. Pop Blossom hits nobody. Contracts in the stasis, keeping himself alive as the Shy is now isolated from everybody else, but it's Dokla singing the same song. FBI fires off the ulti as the Croc tries to run, but the Shy's on the hunt. Dokla's low, and he flashes away from the third hit of the Intofo strikes. Ignore looking to come back in as Palafox guns the Shy down. Contracts again looking to play the edges, skirt the absolute limits of the fight. FBI throws out another stun, but the fight is settled. Only the Shy dies.
That is exactly what a successful kite back team fight looks. NRG, they scramble and they split so that oh, never mind. We're gonna look for another one.
Ignar throwing out the tongue lash. Xiaohu in danger. Palafox throws out the ball. Weiwei is low. A lot of damage onto Xiaohu, but instead it's going to be Ignar killed off. A massive amount of damage coming out from Light. He won't get the snipe, and Xiaohu falls. A one-for-one trade on the back end, but now Palafox may be in danger. Weiwei trying to trade with him as Palafox continues his retreat. The rest of the team coming up to reinforce as Light is still a force to be reckoned with. Weibo maintain control over the top side
They're
river.
desperate.
And
They're desperate.
Begin the Baron.
Palafox did TP back in with his death cap, so he's going to stick around. FBI going to do the same. They're waiting for Dokla. There's the TP. Time to get Weibo.
Everybody's back in. Crisp is down to 20% HP. The Shy jumps. He goes after FBI, and the Senna has been isolated and brought down. Dokla goes into the pit, but Weibo has the Baron. Dokla wants to clean him up, but he ain't going to find anybody and has to dice back over the wall. Weibo with a massive dub.
The shockwave couldn't get on towards Light in the back of the pit. Palafox only hits onto Weiwei, and Weibo back and forth, fist fighting that whole time, finally come out with purple fits on their hands.
They're the ones who have the empowered recall. It's not NRG's. The Dragon's going to be slain, but Weibo's just running straight down mid. They're summoning up the TP. Palafox and Dokla want to try to stop him. The Shy's reinforcing. The Demolish proc ready to go. First Nexus turret is already almost down. Xiaohu takes it out. Now they go in after Palafox as Weiwei won't be able to 100 to 0, but instead it's going to be Nexus turrets dying. The full engage comes out.
The shockwave
ulti over the top keeps him alive. Ignar's still standing, but he backs away. Xiaohu somehow staying alive as Light kills Contract. NRG will fall, and Weibo are the ones to knock him down. All five still alive. The LPL takes game one.
Light, deathless on the Aphelios. We have Dive Bomb Kaisa in there for FBI to be able to follow up.
Well, it looks like a very different draft, a very different style of play for NRG's side, but over for Weibo, it's 3 of the picks being exactly the same. Make it 4 as the Melio is locked in next to the Aphelios, guaranteeing that the Rel is in the jungle once more. The only thing changing for Weibo in this game is the Aatrox into the Cassandra.
I think it is a bit of an interesting one though to see Weibo still prioritizing the Enchanter supports, and especially when you look at Crisp hasn't had the best of times trying to play engage supports domestically. You think of there's a meme with his Nautilus hooks. His Nautilus hooks kind of send him in, don't bring anyone else, and then you give over a kill as Weibo. So I definitely think it's been a case of, well, Crisp is feeling more confident on these styles of picks, and you will have to see if you're going to have enough of that anti-engage setup and enough of that let's get rid of the CC to set up here for Light, because this is way more dive focused and way more targeted focus on him than the last round.
Yeah, Weibo have so many options, right? With their comp, they can both play to peel and kite back, as well as to set up their own plays, set up their own initiative, especially with Xiaohu and Weiwei again. I also feel like Weibo are going to have more damage if NRG don't have a good beginning to the game. So I think the early stages of the game might be critically important for NRG to start kind of gaining some items and being able to bolster some of those base damage, because this time around they're running just the core of the 2 DPS, and while Cassante early stages, you know, base damage and stuff can do decently with the Iceborne, in the later stages, Weibo will outpace.
And that's why I think you have to try and see if you can find this early success with NRG in the skirmishes. Like we saw in game 1, 2 kills quickly going across the Palafox. Maybe you can try and set up for something like that once more, but not having the Renekton there and then having that Orianna in the mid lane, I think is going to make it kind of difficult to try and play topside. And in theory, Aphelios Milio should have control over the bot end.
Well, let's rock and roll. It's time for game number 2. Remember back in game number 1, we had a very, very close match for a very long time. Laning energy across the rift right now. They've got a 600 gold lead with no kills. Now Ignar's going to get rooted up by the Gravitum. Crash down from Weiwei. First blood, and it goes over to Crisp.
This is so good from Weibo, just going, hey, look, as long as we control this bottom quadrant, we control the bot side of the map. And once more, it's just Weiwei going, I don't care about my CS, I'm going to go, but Crisp.
Crisp having to flash away now himself. His contract catches him at the very end of his recall, nearly getting a punish there, but not enough.
We're going to go for a bottom side dive here. NRG, they kill the ward, they're still going to go.
NRG wants to make the 4-man play. They got the unbreakable will, and they're ready to start. Weiwei's already here for the counterattack, but they jump in. The killer instinct's going to find light, and he's already down. Ignar with a flash away to make sure he doesn't pay one back. Pop Blossom only finds one. Xiaohu's going to pick up Ignar, but now he might be taken down. The Shy teleports in. World Ender's ready to end their world, baby. FBI staying alive only for a moment to kill Xiaohu, but now they're trapped between a rock and a hard place. FBI falls. There's nothing left. NRG are crushed. It's 5 kills over to Weibo.
The Shy teleports down behind them and slams the door shut behind NRG after what was a successful dive onto Light, killing the Aphelios, getting the flash, but the Shy is here. There's no escape.
All right, NRG have control over topside river.
Here we go.
The Shy still hanging around the bottom half of the map, but remember, the level 15 Aatrox does have a teleport that he can use. NRG are going to start up the Baron. They're daring Weibo to come and answer. Palafox throwing the ball into the brush. Weiwei having to back away again now. 5,000 HP left for the Baron. Weiwei goes in with a Magnet Storm. Pop Blossom's gonna find one, but nothing else. Killer Instinct into the back line, but FBI's gonna die. Light gets the first kill, and Ignar has to run. Xiaohu stays alive, and NRG are crushed. A double kill back over to Light. The Shy puts a blade through the heart of Contracts, and Palafox and Dokla can do nothing but look on as Weibo will absolutely decimate North America's team.
The combo was separated from NRG, and Weibo pounds immediately onto RNG, and now they turn towards the Baron.
Light did such a good job kiting back with his Gale Force. Now though, Baron, 6,000 HP and dropping.
Game number 1, they had to do a 3v5, now it's a 2v4. Dokla going in, they're trying to find the damage onto Weiwei. Dokla kills him off, and the Baron's not gonna be taken just yet. Dokla's still fighting. The Shy trying to find the Q3, but he ain't gonna grab it. Dokla dashing back out of the way of the Infernal Chains, and once again, NRG outman defend the Baron.
It's all game 1 again! Are we gonna turn towards the Baron once more?
Well, Palafox and Dokla, they look like they're recalling Dokla here. He's got his teleport. They're going to go for it. They're going for the same play.
They're doing it again. NRG going after the Baron. The response from Weibo, what's it going to be? Baron down to 5,000. Weiwei's still dead.
Finish!
TP
Finish!
in. World Ender's still there. Baron dropped. However, the Pop Blossom just found 3. Xiaohu goes in. The massive shockwave nearly kills Light and Crisp. Xiaohu's hanging on. Contract turning it right back around on the Light, but he won't be able to find enough damage. Dokla can't do it either. As NRG bodies hit the floor all over the river, they got the Baron, but it's Weibo who takes their lives.
The idea there was everybody full send on Light and immediately kill. Here we go.
All right, Weiwei's the target. They're sending everything on the enemy jungler, but everything is not enough. Contracts at 200 HP as the Shy. Wings spread wide, looks to cut him off. FBI marked by Light. Gravitum catches up to him here from long range. They root him up. Jump forward with the Q1, ain't gonna do it. The Shy still going forward. Infernal Chains back onto the Alistar, pulls him into place. Not enough damage. Weibo nearly gets a kill, but not quite.
Positioning for Weibo in mid though, they want the Cassante.
They go in, but the Pathmaker gets him away back underneath the tier 2. Is it gonna be enough just yet? Yes, it will! Light is unstoppable, and he shines bright with the rest of Weibo underneath the tier 2, or what was left of it after the push finds its way forward. It's a 6,000 gold lead for Weibo, and they're looking for the enemy base. Inhibitor turret under pressure. Weiwei leading the way as he has to crash down backwards, but a big ulti coming in from Light yet again. Ignar and Contracts now having a retreat as the tier 3 turret starts to crumble. Weibo is a machine once they get ahead, and they're not stopping yet. Palafox is run down, and Light is making a highlight reel out of these guys.
Run from it! Hide from it! Love it or hate it! Aphelios has made it to the world stage, and Weibo want to ride those coattails to another victory here against NRG.
Meanwhile, now they're looking for the Shy. Pick their way back in.
All right, they're going after the Aatrox, but he's already got the Sterix. He's finding a lot of healing, but it ain't going to be enough. Shut down over to Contracts. Xiaohu makes a TP, but what can they find? Ignar looking to regroup. They got to try to save FBI. He slammed back into the ground, and Xiaohu found him. Now we got a 4v4. Even fight, but it looks like Weibo doesn't want to take it. All right, everybody grouped up around mid. North America is very familiar with this situation. The Shy getting jumped on by Contracts here, loses a little bit of HP, but nothing too serious. Jumping right back in, goes for the Q3, but he won't find it. Now with the World Ender, Ignar with a knock-up onto 2. They crash down into FBI. He's under pressure. The Shy is still alive. Dokla goes all out with the Ball Blossom, finds another one. The Shy's still not going to be killed just yet, but FBI finally got him. Ignar giving the other 2 away. NRG going for the team fight. Ignar, the target. He can't be saved, and Light is godlike. It's a 4v4 on the Rift, as Weibo have control over the Drake Pit, and Contracts has no way in. Mountain Soul goes over to Weibo.
They don't have any opportunity to get in. Palafox is looking for something sneaky. Has no damage, no ult available, and it will be Weibo picking up the Soul. TP available on the Shy. I think Weibo are going to rush Baron.
They certainly are, but so are NRG. Contracts is trying to get there early so he can get some vision.
The problem is, Dacta just said it. It's the TP for the Shy. As soon as he spawns, he's right there. Ignar's got to take the long way, and I hope the Cal's been doing his cardio. NRG, there's no way they get there in time. The Baron's already at 5K. Weibo's going to get the Soul. Weibo's going to get the Baron. Weibo's got everything. Contracts tries to get away with the Vault Breaker. Tries to stay alive. Dokla's in the middle of everybody. The Shockwave. Cassante, he gets the Shockwave placement over for Palafox. A massive Q3, but there's no follow-up. Weibo's in trouble as FBI and Contracts are now fighting the Shy. They take him low, but they can't take him down. The Shy's Aatrox is a raid boss, and he's still fighting. Ignar finally drops him as they come in with a massive counterattack, and the Pop Blossom claims FBI. The follow-up claims Ignar, and Weibo is about to take the game.
NRG got the Shy, but Weibo are coming for the Nexus. They've got Baron, and they can push hard.
They may have got the raid boss, but it's not gonna matter. Weibo still pushing. They go in after the enemy carry. Palafox trying to get away, and he barely survives. Now Contracts, he's the sacrificial lamb. Light is legendary, and Dokla and Palafox cannot stop him. Game number 1 was close. Game number 2, absolutely not. Dokla can't do it. He goes all out, but he's only gonna buy a moment. Light is legendary, and Weiwei leads the charge. The Nexus is under pressure as Palafox keeps trying to fight back, but the Aphelios will take Nexus number 2, and Weibo hits match point.
Weibo are not stopping here in the quarterfinals.
We're going to get the team fight attack damage, technically, Sejuani, in pair with the double melee solo laners here for NRG. I love this comp. They've got the answer for the bottom side push. They've got the attack triangle of their top side of the map.
But this is what we're talking about, right? You just go for long range for Weibo. So now you have to make sure that you're pulling off these engages well, but also early for NRG. Caitlyn being able to set up traps, Jace being able to poke you out. The opportunity to even just like take space and control that is so strong for Weibo. So for NRG, it's about getting early control, getting towards the objectives first, and not allowing Weibo that opportunity.
And I want to see if Contracts on this Sejuani can make an early move to Palafox. Contracts and Palafox, the duo, has been at the forefront of this team so often. And when you have Sejuani plus Yone and you jump on the Jace, your Yone E's, your Sejuani gets in there, you hold the Q, and you use that stun priority. If they can take control of mid lane, then maybe they can make that leak into the other lanes.
The dream team fight setup for NRG is Yone being able to ult everybody together, throw Rumble ult over the top of it, True Shot Barrage over the top of it. If they can wombo this combo, they've got a shot. But like you already said, Dagda, between Caitlyn traps and Heimerdinger turrets, Maokai saplings, there are so many obnoxious little traps that the side of Weibo can set up to utilize their zone control and their range, that if NRG messes up even a little bit, one wrong step, all of a sudden everybody's at half HP, the fight's over before it starts.
And I think we're going to see a split in priorities here on both sides because of that, right? I think when you're NRG, it's like, hey, can I play around my top side? Triple threat when it comes towards proccing the Sejuani stun because we're all melee, fantastic, thumbs up. Look towards bot side, you want to try and play for this Caitlyn Heimerdinger, get that push. Karma is somewhat good at being able to deny some of that with that ult Q combo, but you need to be able to let them get that vision, allow them to get to the turret, and Weibo have been so good at playing around bot, they have to see if they can do it one more time here against NRG.
Now it's Contracts invading Weiwei this time around.
And the bottom lane will leak over here. Karma already coming, Ignar heading up.
Crisp also rotating. He's only got 300 HP here on the Heimerdinger. Weiwei throws the sapling over the wall, goes in after Ignar. The follow-up comes out from the grenade. A lot of damage on Ignar, who has to flash away. Weiwei's ready for the follow. First blood over to Crisp. They even secure the blue. They might even find enough damage back on the Contracts. Now who has to flash away. Weiwei survives. Crisp coming up and making the plays.
There was no FBI. He never came across the play, wasn't able to get into position, was fighting light that whole time, and it means that NRG can't win out on the play.
I feel like that's a bit of hubris from Ignar, walking into the brush, right into the face of Maokai.
Speaking of Weiwei, he's once again going after his favorite thing. Contracts his chicken camp. Jumping in now with a twisted advance. Xiaohu coming around to help him. Contracts! What was that? What was that?
His Q got dodged. That was like watching a matador, you know? The bull charges forward. He thought his Q was just gonna bump into Weiwei there, but he goes right through him. Weiwei, pretty smooth moves on a big old tree, dodging him out right into the hands of Xiaohu, rotating over from the Jace push on mid. And it is going from bad to worse. 2 kills now for Weibo, and Weibo on series point to make semi-finals at Worlds.
Look at Weiwei. He's like, I'm going straight for the bot lane dive.
And he's already summoning up the twisted advance. FBI's gonna get caught out here at the beginning, gets cleansed, trying to get away from it still, flashing to drag Weiwei with him, but it ain't gonna matter. FBI just gets shot to pieces. Light grabs the kill. 3-0 game for Weibo.
Weiwei's back in his home, bottom lane. Good force from him with the Maokai ultimate. They've got what they came for. They got the push. Weiwei wants a little bit more. Can he smite fight on this? Context doesn't have his smite anymore. And Weiwei gets rooted up.
Yep, Weiwei rooted up. The Ignite comes down as well. Contract still going after him. Gets the Arctic Assault that time, flashing after him. Palafox wants in here. They go in to facilitate the E. Palafox grabbing the kill. NRG is on the board.
A kill just where they need it. Into the hope here for NRG. The Yone getting some money to try and fund this team fight.
FBI cleanses, just barely getting pipped by this twisted advance, sets up then for Weibo.
Back to live, Palafox in a bad spot. He tries to use the Soul Unbound, but it's not gonna get him away from this one. Xiaohu takes the kill. Weibo picking up their 4th kill of the game. With control over the topside river, they immediately pick up the Herald as the prize.
Yeah, especially with Light getting that damage onto FBI on the bot side. Ignar trying to see if he can wrap around. He's beat Crisp to the punch, but can he get on towards Light to get a kill?
Ooh, Light trying to play super aggressively. Now he tries to get away as Ignar's going in. A little bit more damage. True Shot Barrage strikes true, and Light falls down. Xiaohu wanted to join in with a teleport just in case, but they couldn't save their AD carry in time.
They don't have FBI for this fight though on NRG side, so Weibo still in a position where they can try and contest. Not sure though, as they want to try and give this space over towards NRG. Palafox having push in mid, going to make things a bit easier for them to start to move over towards the bottom side.
Oh, Ignar, blink and you'll miss it. Xiaohu sets the trap, and Ignar walks right in. Weibo grabbed their 5th kill of the game as a TP summoned up for NRG, and they want to try to get something back. Palafox arrives, but it's all too little and all too late. Again, NRG cannot get the CC chain they need to guarantee these kills. Even when they find that first part of it, the rest isn't there. Palafox versus the Shy up in the top part of the map. Soul Unbound. Oh no! A rock to the face! Learn your place! The Shy absolutely decimates him there in the 1v1. That wasn't even close. Dokla now losing to Xiao, who in the bottom lane drops the equalizer. It ain't gonna matter. Flashing the auto attacks. Weibo is just better.
That's the Xiao that did so much work for them in the regular season. All right, Weibo really came to play now. The Shy pushing on top turret, Light pushing on mid turret, NRG trying to fight back.
They want to try to find something here, but again, it's just Crisp and Weiwei knowing their limits and backing off once NRG try to make a move.
And NRG, they need to try and find Weibo while they're split, but they're not really in a position to even go for it because Palafox, he's trying to catch the wave mid.
FBI and the rest of NRG trying to take control over this bot side river and set up for the
He's
Drake.
gone.
Xiaohu's already on a rampage. Palafox is gone. The Twisted Advance is out. Equalizer over the top, but Dokla's going to be the target here. And Xiaohu finally shut down. FBI taking the credit on that one, but he's traded back over to Dokla, who dies to Light. Meanwhile, Ignar makes an escape to the Hex Gates, and now Weiwei and the rest of Weibo have control over this Drake. They have control over the river. They have a 4v3 on the Rift. Contracts, you don't want to go in there, buddy. It's no way out. Soul point over to Weibo.
And now Dokla may need to shift out of here.
I feel like every single time the camera pans to an isolated member of NRG, it's a Twisted Advance coming from the trees. They're alive, and they're after NRG. Weiwei 2-1-3 here on the Maokai, having another good showing.
And the amount of vision they have on this top side, there goes the Rift Tower. They know that NRG are not in a position to chase for this, so that's going to be the first tier 2 cracked open here for the Weibo side.
All right, Xiaohu going to finish up this turret with that Rift Rail as they teleport on it, actually. NRG are making a strike at a possible comeback. Can they get him? Contracts ult!
Palafox goes in. Xiaohu's a big target if they can take him down. He wants to disengage,
They got him.
but the damage on the Soul Unbound is enough to secure the kill. Now what about the counter punch? NRG trying to escape. Weiwei and the Shy still going forward. The Shy has the hull breaker. Very, very powerful. If he's isolated, remember, gives him a ton of extra resistances. Has teammates nearby him right now. And even though it's Weibo who lost a man, they're still feeling fine about the state of things.
Anything to your minions, the extra magic resist that gives to a cannon minion is absurd for a Rumble to try and deal with. So it sets up beautifully for Weibo to have that 4-man threat and then the sideline pressure. The sideline pressure, though, might come back to bite the Shy.
All right, NRG sending 3 men after him. Make it 4 as the TP's coming in. The Shy trying to fight these guys, just jumps back over the head, styling on him for now, but can he continue getting away? Twisted Advance over the top, True Shot Barrage to get it done. The Shy falls first. Equalizer now falling as Contract drops. Xiaohu's got the damage, and Palafox has to retreat. Weiwei leading the charge yet again with a Twisted Advance, as Dokla barely stays alive. Weiwei having to flash out, double kill back over to Xiaohu. Palafox goes in, gets one back of his own. Light still trying to get another kill. There's so many low health bars on NRG. Weibo come out on top. It's a 2-for-2 trade, but the health bars favor Weibo.
NRG still trying to fight their way back into this game. They make another pick on the sideline. They get the Shy, they get his flash. Weibo, though, they walk away again. We've got FBI coming from the base. There's a Hex Gate here. They're going to go for it.
This is it.
Caitlyn traps.
NRG trying to approach on this, but Weibo, they know it's so huge if they get it. The engage is immediately going to find Chris, but now NRG's got to be careful. The dragon's been claimed. The soul belongs to Weibo. The game belongs to Weibo. Everything's about to go to Weibo. Xiaohu's in a killing spree. 2 are already dead on NRG's side. Palafox is going to join them, and Weibo are merciless.
The first year that all 4 seeds of the LPL get to a quarterfinals, and Weibo wants to show that they belong in a semifinals as well. They find the fight, and they immediately turn towards Baron.
Light just using that ace in the hole to chip away at the health of FBI, who does not have a lot of sustain. Palafox going over the wall, doesn't find anything with the ulti except a dab. Now they got the Maokai. The Shy's ready for the follow-up. He locks down 2. Ignar's dead. Dokla's dead. There's no chance left for NRG as FBI is sniped from downtown. A double kill back for Xiaohu. He's ready to silence the doubters, to quiet the haters. Weibo is going to go through those Nexus turrets like butter. Hope is a dangerous thing, and Weibo will crush the hopes of North America, crush the Nexus turrets, and crush this quarterfinal. They earn their place in the semifinals.